I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. An interesting late night tonight. Some would say I have issues. I would say I have a lot of peppers to eat. That's all. I got some great peppers. You guys have been watching a lot of reviews I've done from Abercrombie Hot Peppers, Jason and Laura. Just terrific people, terrific growers. They've grown some monsters. And I've got a few here. I have 6 peppers I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna really be describing, I'll be able to differentiate heat to a degree, not as accurately as if I was doing them one at a time. Flavor I'll be fine with, which is interesting because if I did this challenge 5 years ago, after the second pepper, I wouldn't have been able to tell you the flavors or anything. But I've experience. My tolerance is very high right now. So I have some really cool peppers I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna snag some pictures real quick and show them on Instagram. So if you wanna see some very cool peppers on the inside, you're gonna head over to my Instagram. What I'm gonna start with first. These are all very different and very pretty. The first one I'm gonna eat is number 62. This is a Moruga Tiger. Very cool. Excuse me, a Moruga Tiger. You know what? I wonder if that's a blooper. Nah, it's a maroon tiger. Not Moruga, maroon tiger. There's pink tiger, red tiger. This is a maroon. Very pretty pepper. This is really cool. There's a little spike on it right there. Look at that little spike at the top. Just a very cool pepper. Cool colors, very pretty. So this is the first up. I'm gonna cut it open, snag a picture real quick, and then go on to the next one. Of course, we're gonna eat it first, but. All right. So the interior of this, very pretty, decent sized placenta. Looks like the wall linings of this pepper are very oily, which is always a beautiful thing. All right, let me show you guys. I cut it kind of cool, so the spike's right on top there. Looks like a lobster claw almost, right? There we go. Beautiful placenta, gorgeous pepper. Vein on both halves of that pepper run from the base all the way to the tip. It's a beauty. The aroma smells like a hot one. The maroon tiger. I'm Johnny Scoville, you guys. This is Chase the Heat. How many stems I've dropped on my floor? Or pods? That was an interesting pepper. It was more earthy and fruity. Tasted more like a chocolate pod than a red pod. Slight bitterness. I don't mind bitter, you know. Some people really have a problem with bitter. That one tasted good to me. The heat on that is probably only about, for a non-chili head, it would be really, really hot. But for one of us on the bus who likes hot stuff, and by the way, us on the bus, there are a lot of non-chili heads on the bus. So when I say one of us on the bus, I'm never discounting the non-chili heads because they're every bit as important as the chili heads. And you know, in fact, good time to thank them. I want to thank all the people that watch this that don't eat chilies. You are special to me and to the bus. So a chili head would find that to be about a 6, maybe a 7. We'll go on to the next one. Next one I'm going to eat is number 41. This is a really pretty pod. I chose the pod because it's just spectacular looking. It's got the coolest shape. And a great name. A really great name. Purple Death. Come on, Purple Death? How can you not eat that? But check this pod out. Very, very cool shape. Look at that. Isn't that neat? The tip of it is just incredible looking with a nice little stinger on it. By the way, that first pod, it's odd because it's mostly burning my throat, and that's not usually, I don't know, it could be attributed to that pepper. I've never had that pepper before, so maybe that's common with that pepper. Very common with other peppers that we've mentioned on the show a lot. Okay, this is the Purple Death. Ooh. Wow, what an interior on this thing. Wait till you see it. Try to get it so there's no shadow. Wait till you see the interior of this thing. Crazy oily. Let me take one more picture of the interior. Wow. Look at that placenta. It's just massive. I had trouble with that word when I first started eating peppers. I was like, they call it what? It's a what? Tell you a funny story? Not a funny story, just something funny, kind of odd. I'm not that much of a Howard Stern fan. But I was watching a Howard Stern show, and he had a woman on the show who had 2 daughters. One of the daughters' name was, I'm not making it up, Lasagna. But the other daughter's name was Placenta. And Howard said, why did you name her Placenta? And she was in the delivery room, giving birth. And I can't remember if they were twins or not. The doctor said they were delivering the placenta. She said, I'm going to go with that. I love that. She decided to name her daughter Placenta. Not making it up. All right, so this is the Purple Death. What a great looking pepper. New to me, by the way. Super fruity and super juicy. It's a great tasting pepper. Wow, that was a great tasting pepper. It's going to be hotter than the Maroon Tiger also. I can tell because the Maroon Tiger was here and now my heat's here. And if I do cooler pepper, I'll feel that. It's hard to explain, but I can. All right, 35 is up next. You guys ready for 35? Big Bang Chocolate Naga. This is the Big Bang Chocolate Naga. Very cool looking pepper. Almost looks wet, doesn't it? I love how when these peppers almost look wet when you see them. Pretty cool. All right, cutting this bad boy open and this one's gnarly looking. You get a seed stuck down there? Because the seed has oils over it, if it sits in your gum, it kind of burns you in one spot. All right. And that's not because the seeds are hot, it's simply because there's capsaicin oils surrounding the seeds, which make people think they're hot. But as we've learned recently from the video that Johnny Jr. and I did, there's no heat in seeds. All right, look at the interior of this monstrosity. Huh? Gnarly, isn't it? Wow. Okay, this was gonna be something. The Big Bang Chocolate Naga. Now that pod wasn't fruity in the slightest. It was very earthy. People ask about that all the time. One of the best ways I can describe earthy, some people say dirt, I don't think like that. Have you ever eaten a beet? A beet has an earthy flavor, almost like it doesn't taste dirty, but it has an earthy flavor like it came from the earth. And that's kind of what I mean. This has a very earthy flavor. That's hotter than the Purple Death. little floral with no bitterness. So it's just a floral pod and earthy. All right, so now we're gonna go to a pepper. I've talked about this one a lot recently. This is, there are certain pods people think I'm picking on. They see that I'm picking on this pod. You know what that is? It's a dragon's breath. You know, I don't pick on the pod. It's a tremendous pepper. It's hot. You know, it's a great pepper. It just didn't need to be released in the way that it was. 2.46 million. Please. All right. Here we go. The center of this bad boy looks pretty good too. My heat, I'm only about... Now you gotta remember, this is my pain scale of 1 to 10. I'm probably at a 3, maybe. All right, so let's take a good picture of the inside of this thing. All right. They said that if you ate one of these, it could kill a person. I've eaten enough to kill a small village. Dragon's breath. Okay, crazy floral right away, just like mouthful of flowers. Wow. Wow, I've gotten a lot better with floral over the years, but that was nasty. Ugh, that was so floral. Ugh. Like the 7-pot Maybelline. All right, so I saved I think the two prettiest pods of this bunch for the end. This one is number 69. You ready to hear what 69 is? 69 is, oh wait a minute. Actually, I already ate one of these, but it's so pretty. Maybe I'll pass on it since I already ate one. I will. It's a purple, it's a Skunk Red, but I've already eaten one. I reviewed it very recently, so I'm going to pass on this one. But this one, actually I'll eat it anyway, because the next one I've also eaten, so. Wow, this one's oily too. Some pods are obviously much more oily than others. Just kind of how it works. Here is the Skunk Red. Beautiful interior, very oily. Go to the Instagram, you'll see a little bit blown up pictures. Bumpy as can be. I love when pods are bumpy like that. For some reason, I just want to grab it and eat it. Here. I need to wipe my nose. I didn't bring anything. I'll be all right. That was kind of floral and bitter, so it's pretty flavorful, pretty tasty. Fruity. Boy, you know, if you eat a bunch of chocolate pods, and you're like, why does Johnny mean when he says fruity? Eat a bunch of chocolate pods, then eat a red one. You're like, ah, I know what he means. This one is probably the coolest looking of the bunch. I saved it for last. The Reaper Cross with a Moruga. This is potentially like the perfect example of one. Look at that pepper. Isn't that just incredible? Look at it. It's perfect. It's like the perfect pepper. Man. Sorry. I didn't bring a tissue. All right, so someone made a comment the other day. I did the video of the primatalis. That at the end of the video I drank. They're like, man, I've never seen you drink anything. kind of funny. All right, last pepper. So this is the Moruga Cross, or excuse me, the Reaper Cross of the Moruga. Here's the inside of this thing. And this looks like two little flaming bushes. Kind of neat. There's no way it's a coincidence that they taste like fire. Look at that. Kind of cool. Remove that stem. We will eat the last of these pods. This was a treat. That pod look better than it tastes. That pod didn't taste so good. Again, that was just floral without the bitter. If you put bitter and floral together, that's like peanut butter and jelly. But bitter or just floral, If you've watched the channel for a while, you know I'm getting a lot better with it. Go back to the first season 1, even season 2. Had trouble with them. Guys, listen, I just ate some really great pods. If you want to eat some of these peppers, you can. You know, I eat the most exotic, most wonderful pods in the world, but you have access to them if you want through Abercrombie Hot Pepper. Great people. Jason and Laura are wonderful. They have 100 and some odd different varieties they're growing. So there's something for everybody. But hopefully with this, you know, with the reviews I've done recently, you can see pods that you're like, I think I want to try that one. All right, so my heat at this point is probably a 5. All right, and the thing about it is, it's not going to give me an endorphin rush, which is pleasant because I just get the burn. I like the burn. I like the pepper pain. Sometimes the endorphin rush hits too soon, and I get robbed of that. It is what it is. I could explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. You know what I mean? All right, you guys, we're going to wrap it up. In the description box, you're going to see a link for Abercrombie Hot Peppers. Check them out. They're great people. They grow, obviously, you've seen, they grow some really great pods. Tell them I sent you. Right there, that's the pepper. If you click the pepper, you're riding with me. If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification. You'll miss none of them. Especially if you come visit us a lot. Right here is Legal Fire. By the way, I'm uploading this a little bit earlier than the normal late night snack time. Just cause. Right here, more videos. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.